my darling. I don't know which one to call you guys, but here's take 3 of what if Deku was a guardian of the elements. One thing I forgot to mention about Bakugo's personality in this one, as well as Deku. Basically, Bakugo's personality is way worse than the anime. Because Deku was not there to be his basic guidance or punching bag, Bakugo's personality got worse and worse until Bakugo basically became a monster on the inside. Like, he's like cruel, he doesn't like hold back anymore. Like before in the anime, I'm guessing Bakugo hold back like a bit because he knew that Deku was his best, like a childhood friend, but yet weak, so he doesn't care about Deku. But in this one, Bakugo doesn't care about anyone. Technically, Bakugo never cared about anyone. Only cared about being the best. And in Deku's case, whenever Deku stepped out of line at all, he'll always get slashed at. Which means the amount of injuries that Deku has is on his chest, his upper back, his thighs, above the ankle, his forearms, and wrist and neck. That's where Deku has been the most injured at, because that's what happened when Deku always steps out of line. Anyways, I'm sorry for not posting a lot. It's just a lot so has happened, and now I have to deal with more stuff next week. Yay. Basically, when Deku left the village, because I don't know if you guys heard from the last video or it cut out, Deku stayed at a village, not the same village, another village, I think. Yeah, he stayed at another village at a hotel, and then after that he left to go to the city, as well as at the like hems of his cape that he's like wrapped around. Here's a picture of the crystals that Deku has on. Hold on, I'm gonna just like download the image. Yeah, basically those are the crystals that Deku wears on the hem of. Yeah, these are the crystals that Deku had on his like cape while Deku's hair was extremely long. Here's a picture with Deku with long hair, and I really do like it. But the thing is, in this case, Deku's hair was so long, it was up to like his lower back. Anyways, back to where we were. And people might guess these two people right away. Immediately even. So when Deku got back to the city, my bad, he went straight to his childhood park, so he could figure out a way of direction so he could get to his home. And so people were like looking at him, adults were like scared of him, trying to like show that he's no match to them, even though Deku's like really tall. And parents are like pulling their children away, giving Deku death looks, even though he's just a 16-year-old boy who's trying to get home. Sorry, it's literally 9 p.m. Oh my god. Basically, right now, Deku just wants to like get home and find where he is right now. If I sound a little bit questionable, I'm watching Rambu's live stream right now, so please don't like questioned us. I'm literally watching Rambo on. I gotta say, who's your favorite character in the SMP? Leave it in the comments down below. Anyways, I might do a video on that, even though there's literally 1,000 people doing like videos on what if Deku was this or this from the Dream SMP, and a lot of people did Rambo already. So damn it, I wanted to do Rambo. Anyways, I could try to do Rambo, even though I need to get on his like backstory. Even sorry for a little muttering or sidetracking. Basically, when Deku reaches his apartment complex, he tried to enter it with his key, which did not work. Deku realized that the locks have been my bad. And when he like knocked on the door, ring the doorbell, 2 people open it up. One person that has burn marks on his arms, under like the bottom lip, and under his eyes. The other one had messy blonde hair put up into a bun. Dark blonde hair put up into a bun. When they saw Deku, they immediately shut the door and waited till he got away. Go away, my bad. Right now I'm falling asleep. Excuse for any bad background noises. And that's what Deku does. He walks away, upset that his home has been given up to someone else. As right now, Deku just wants to sleep somewhere, so he just sleeps at a park bench. A man comes walking up. Well, not a man. Someone comes walking up to Deku and immediately calls the police. Because apparently when people see a big cloaked person, they immediately try to call the police. Even when he's like sleeping. Which is pretty messed up. Next thing you know, Deku is put into a police car. He's still asleep with handcuffs. And hold on. You see the scars that are on like this Deku's drawing, like arms. Yeah, Deku has like marks of attack on his arms and all that. That's from all the scars that he got from the brutal beating. Anyways, Deku was brought to the police station where he was asked a couple of questions. People realized that he was unresponsive. Then they started threatening, like telling him to answer or he's gonna be put in jail. He still doesn't answer. They ask who does he work for, he doesn't answer. As when they look closely, they realize the guy's asleep. So they immediately just put him in a prison cell, call it a day, go home, and the next day they're gonna deal with it. And the sad part is people actually do that. Like some police officers do that in the real life. Anyways, the next day they came by and Deku was way confused. And they asked questions like, who do you work for? Where did you come from? Deku said, I have no clue what you guys are talking about. Last thing I knew, I was no longer allowed in my apartment complex, and then I sat on a bench and cried. I must have fell asleep. I mean, yeah, that's true. And after that, they just let him go. Because he explained, like, okay, yeah, I am a 16-year-old child. 16-year-old boy who just came back. I'm wearing this because I don't want to be recognized by a certain group of people. And basically, I have no home, so I'm basically living on the street. So I rather you let me go because I have done nothing wrong. It's just a fact of how I look and how I'm quite menacing, even though I'm literally not that type of person. Eventually, the police let him go, and now Deku's literally just on the, like, moving around place to place on the street. Later, Deku walks across a bakery, and now he like looked over and see like all the food, how like beautiful the food looks, and then his stomach growls as he like looks amazed at the food. I'm not lying, the food there is quality gold. And people are like looking at him because he's just like looking at the food that's on display. That's all he's looking at, nothing else. He's just like looking at the food that is on display, and he wants some, but he doesn't have enough money to afford it. Cause at the village that he was trapped in, they use different stuff instead of money. Like they use like acorns, chocolates, or even some portions of gold. And then, or even sometimes rocks. None of that actually works for real life currency. So now Deku's like starving, he has no food, and that's enough for today.